yeah, I can't promise you that there are going to be videos that are recorded every day, same day, but I can promise there will be a video up every day of April. I have 3 kids, so it's not like last August where I could manage my time a little bit easier. Now it's like, I'm constantly doing something. So, yeah. So take it or leave it, I guess. I thought that I would do my own tag. I've seen a lot of great tags online, and I just thought, I kind of wanted to put one together that related to me. Recently, I have been very, very pro things. I'm not going to specify, but if you follow me on Facebook, which I'll leave a link underneath this video if you want to check it out, my page, but if you follow me on Facebook, I've been very more outwardly adamant about certain issues that I believe strongly in. I haven't, been that way so outwardly since I started vlogging and all of that. I think it was because I was trying to stay away from controversial topics because I didn't want to cause any drama. But as I'm going on more and more and meeting more people and interacting with more of you, I'm realizing that a lot of you really don't know me. I'm not saying that you don't know me in the emotional aspect. I mean more of just the type of person I am in regards to what I believe in. And even though I don't think that everybody has to believe in the same things to be friends or to get along, I do believe that it is. My husband just got home. I'm recording right now. I don't believe that you have to have the same beliefs to be friends, but I do believe that a lot of how you can get along with somebody or, maybe take their suggestions or opinions on things, I think it's important to know kind of where they stand on some things to know whether or not you should, go along with what they're saying. If that makes any sense. It's kind of screwy. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I thought, I don't know. Well, I got some not so happy responses to some of the things that I posted about, and people were a little surprised that I believed the way that I did. And so I realized that if I'm going to continue to meet a bunch of you, interact with a bunch of you, have a lot of you, take what I'm saying as, my advice, like if you're going to take that seriously and want to believe what I'm saying, then you have the right to know kind of what I believe in or where I stand on some things. So this is going to be the Babybellykelli Don't Ask, Don't Tell tag. There are some rules to this tag if you'd like to do it yourself. I guess I can't really enforce these rules, but I would hope that you would try to abide by them if you're going to do this tag, because this tag is not meant to antagonize anybody. It's not meant to cause any drama in the community. They're just questions that I've come across in conversation where, I realize there's no winning on either side. If you believe in one thing, there's no way that somebody else is going to make you believe different. And the conversations that these questions come up in don't usually end well. So these are just things that you wouldn't necessarily talk about with somebody. So if you don't ask it, then you're never going to know. And some of the things I know a lot of people are curious about or have been curious about, and so now I'm going to answer them. The rules to this tag. If you're going to do this tag, at least this is what I'm going to do, because like I said, it's not meant to cause any trouble. The rules to this tag is you have to disable your likes and your dislikes button. I think that's important because I know as a mommy vlogger that getting any dislikes on a video, whether it's because of an opinion that you've formed or because it's an activity that you're doing or because, somebody thinks your kid's ugly, like it hurts your feelings. I've gotten some dislikes on videos of my daughter just laughing, and it's really, really upset me to no end. So this is a video that's either going to get a lot of likes or a lot of dislikes from people. So that's the first rule, is disable your likes and dislikes, because nobody needs to be getting upset over this. The next rule is going to be to disable your comments. Not even just approved only, disable all comments. And I say that only because, again, this tag is not meant to cause any trouble. I don't need to hear your opinions on how you feel about this subject, because it's not going to change the way I feel about it, so there's no point in even opening that bag of worms. Like I said, this is just me telling you how I feel about these things. The third rule is you're not allowed to explain why you feel these ways. Like I said, this is just to tell you how I feel about them. I'm not going to try to sit here and convince you that you should feel that way. So I'm not going to tell you why I feel these things. I'm just going to either say yes or no or explain how I feel this way. You'll understand when you hear the questions, but in no way, shape, or form am I going to try to explain myself to you, because I don't owe anybody an explanation of why I feel the way I do. And I don't think anybody will even care why I do, because if you disagree with me, you're just going to disagree. Last but not least, the last rule is agree to disagree, because we're always going to disagree, whether you're a parent or not a parent answering these questions. No two people are going to agree exactly the same for the exact same reasons on every single thing. So that's kind of how you have to sit here, is you have to agree to disagree. I have a lot of friends and family members who I don't agree with on some of these things, and I still love them and I'm still friends with them. So like I said, this is just me answering these questions so that you kind of know a little bit more about me and where I stand on things before you get to know me more or want to form more of a relationship with me. Those are the rules. If you want to follow them and you want to do this tag, great. I'd say leave it as a video response, but I guess I can't really do that if I'm not allowing comments. But if you are going to do a video response, email me or post a link on my Facebook fan page. I would love to see what you guys have to say about these topics on your own. Again, don't explain why you feel, why you feel these ways or why you should feel this way, because again, this is not a topic for, conversation. This is literally just you answering these questions or me answering these questions. So here we go. Question number 1. These are no order whatsoever. Democrat or Republican? I am definitely a Democrat. Number 2, did you vote? And be honest. And if so, who did you vote for? I voted for Obama. My whole family went into our local voting place and we all voted with kids in tow. 3, pro-gay or anti-gay? I am pro-gay. One of my siblings is gay, and they are the guardians to my kids if I should ever die. So I am very much pro-gay. Pro-life or pro-choice? Again, no explanations of why you are, just yes or no. I am pro-choice in certain situations. For or against vaccinations? I am for vaccinations. All of my kids are vaccinated, have been, and will be. Not that I have anything against people who don't vaccinate. It's your own choice. Sugar before the age of 1. When I say sugar, I don't mean like all kinds of sugar. I just mean like straight sugar. Like obviously sugars that are in natural fruits I'm okay with. My kids, though, have not had sugar before the age of 1. Their first taste of sugar was on their first birthday. TV before the age of 1. Obviously, if you watch TV, you can't really get away with it, so I don't sit Kai in front of the TV, but yes, she probably has sneak peeks of TV, but I don't, like I said, sit her in front of the TV. Cloth diapers, disposables, or both? We use both. I love my cloth diapers. There's videos in my channel if you want to see them. But I also love disposables for overnights and long trips or, when I'm stripping my cloth diapers. Circumcisions, yes or no? Yes, my son is circumcised. And John, can I tell your status? Well, never mind. Yes, my son is circumcised.
Wait, what is it?
Because that's one of my questions, is circumcisions, yes or no? Because people are really against them.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
Are you against them?
No, obviously.
Well, then I think you should just say whether or not you are
Okay.
against them.
My son is circumcised. Question 10, homeschool, public schools, or private schools? I think that depends on what area you live in. Our area, I would love to homeschool if I had the patience for it or the time, but I don't. We tried public schools, didn't really work out for us. And if you have the money, I think private schools are great. Spanking or no spanking? That's question 11. As much as I would love to say that I'm could follow through, I know it sounds silly, I'd love to be able to say that I could follow through with spankings, but I've always chickened out. I've spanked once. It was when I was a teenager and I was raising my daughter. She was, I think, 3, and it wasn't even hard enough to do anything because I was such a chicken about it. So no, I really don't believe in spanking. Again, I'm not going to explain why because we're not supposed to explain why. Well, that's going to be hard, but no, I don't believe in spanking. I believe in threatening them. 12, cursing in front of your children, okay or not okay? I don't think it's okay. We say crap more than I'd like to admit, and my 2-year-old has started to say that things taste crappy. And it's so bad, but it just slips. I'm human, and so is my husband, and so are the people who are around us. But no, I'm not a huge fan of cussing in front of kids. Yeah. Do you believe in God? Yes, I do. This is question 13. I was raised believing in God. My dad's a minister, and I do believe in God. I feel like there should be something out there that, I don't know. It's comforting to believe that there's somebody out there looking out for you, I guess. 14, cry it out method, yes or no? I'm somewhere in between. I believe that it's okay to cry a little bit, but when they're ready. But at the same time, it's my kid, I'm going to go to them. So I'd say I'm in between. I'm not a hard right or a hard left, if that makes sense. 15, organic or non-organic? I like both. We get our milk organic, we get our eggs organic, and our cheese is organic. Basically our dairy products are usually always organic. When it comes to other things though, I guess I'm not too big on it. I mean, when I start making baby food, I'll probably make sure that my vegetables and fruits are organic, but I'm not too, I don't know. I'm not hard left or hard right on that. 16, fast food for kids. That's a question. Sorry, it came as a statement. Guilty. Obviously not before the age of like 1.5, but yeah, I slipped wide a few fries at that age, and I don't know. We go to McDonald's every once in a while, that kind of thing. 17, do you agree with co-sleeping? Yes, we do. I don't think it's for everybody, but we do co-sleeping. We did it with Wyatt, and we're doing it with Kaya. She's actually in her co-sleeper now, apart from her bed, but sometimes she comes in the bed in the morning after a second feeding. 18, breast or formula. For my last 2 kids, I strongly believed in breast. I strongly believed in breast for my first child 8 years ago, but that unfortunately didn't work out. We tried for a month and it didn't work out, so I did formula, and she is healthy and happy, so I believe it. Whatever works for you. 19, natural birth or epidural? Again, I had an epidural with my first kid. I did natural with my third completely, and then with my second kid, Wyatt, I did natural up until I crowned, and then they put the epidural in, and then the epidural kicked in about, 10 minutes after Wyatt was born, John? Mm-hmm. About 10 minutes after Wyatt was born was when the epidural actually kicked in. So technically I had 2 natural births, but technically I did have an epidural with my second birth. And I think every situation is different, so yeah. 20, rear facing until 1 or 2. This is a good one, and I specifically put this question in there because things have changed a lot over the years. When my daughter was a baby 8 years ago, it was rear facing till 1, and then you could do forward facing. Now the rules have changed. The minimum is age of 1 and a certain weight, but they do suggest age 2. So with that being said, Wyatt was rear facing until I want to say he was like a little over a year, and then we did switch him to forward facing, and I think that was maybe a little too soon. With Kaya, I haven't talked to my husband about this, but I think I'm going to continue to have her rear facing until 2 or until she meets the requirements. But yeah, so things change. 21, name brand or off brands? I like both. I definitely like nice clothes and nice things, but I definitely like cheap things and things that I can get for a great deal. So if I like it, then I like it. So it doesn't matter if they're off brand or name brand. 22, was hand-me-downs or brand new? I love both. I love hand-me-downs. Our friend in across the world, Megan, and her daughter Ruby sent a bunch of really nice clothes, hand-me-downs for Kaya, and we are just so thankful. It's helped out a great deal. And I love giving hand-me-downs, so I'm hand-me-downs all around. But I do love to shop for new stuff every once in a while for the kids, so I do like both. 23, pop or water for you and your kids? I like both. I love a Coke every once in a while or a Dr. Pepper every once in a while. I don't drink a lot of it though, and most of the times I won't even finish a whole one in a day. It drives my husband insane. But I do love water too. In regards to my kids, none of them drink pop. Ava, I think, started drinking like Sprite maybe when she was like 6 or 7, but it wasn't by me by any means. It was her dad did that. But yeah, Wyatt's never had pop, and he probably won't for a while. 24, okay dating age. And I put this in here just because I was just curious what other people would think, but I do have 2 daughters, and both daughters have different fathers, so it will be interesting how they, what we all agree on for dating age. I started dating way too young. I think my parents were a little lax with me, which is funny because my dad's a minister. But I think that the acceptable dating age should be like 16, 17 years old. As much as I'd love to say 30, realistically, I think 16 or 17 is acceptable for me. Last but not least, question number 25. Do you consume alcohol, and if so, how much? I put this question in here because this was one of the hot button topics that I got some people questioning me about. I posted some pictures of some alcohol, like new beers that I was trying and stuff in vlogs and on my Facebook and Instagram, and people were a little concerned that maybe I drink a lot. And I can bring my husband out here if you'd like, or my parents on here, and they will all tell you I am not a heavy drinker. I used to be not like heavy alcoholic, but I used to like to drink when I was younger, of course. I am a 1 or 2 beer type of girl, maybe like a shot of Jameson every once in a while, or a coffee with Bailey's, but I don't get drunk. I don't believe in getting drunk in front of my kids either, or drinking and driving with my kids. It will just be an occasional drink with friends, or with my husband to unwind late at night. So there are all the questions. Like I said, if you do want to do this tag, great. I'm excited to see them, and I'm sorry if this seems similar to another tag. I don't know. I don't really do a whole lot of research on tags. These are just questions that I know that I've wondered about people, and I know that people have wondered about me, but that nobody would necessarily ask you straight out, or maybe shouldn't even ask you straight out. So again, the rules are disable your dislikes and likes, disable your comments, because this is not a topic for conversation to cause any issues with people, and don't explain why you feel the way that you do, just explain how you do it, or yes or no. And last but not least, agree to disagree, because again, not everybody's going to get along or agree on everything. So if you don't agree with me on these things, then that's fine. That really is fine. As long as we can both respect each other, then we should have no problem getting along, and I promise to never bring these things up with you. But there you have it. Those are my things and my Babybellykelli Don't Ask, Don't Tell tag, and I hope you enjoyed it. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow for Veda, and yeah, bye.